Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to another one of my Epic 7 first impressions video. And today we're going to be talking about ML Pavel, or Commander Pavel. Now he is a new ML 5-star unit coming out. You guys can see his animations look very sick, and he is a light ranger. Now people thought it was going to be a dark unit because he looks kind of edgy, but it kind of matches his attire, all white. And you're going to see that he is a very powerful cleave unit. Now initially, everyone thought he was going to be a cleave unit because of the fact that he is the ML version of one of the biggest cleavers in the game, Pavel. And we're going to talk about, what he does, what his skills are, what his base stats are, and just generally where I think he'll be good and if he'll be very strong. Now, the lore all around him, you'll be able to see in the Moonlight Theater when it comes out in a few months. And also, all the artwork is beautiful. You guys can check that out on your own time because we're kind of just here to talk about his stats. So looking about his stats here, his attack is super high for a ranger, like extremely high. Usually you don't really go anywhere above like 1200 for rangers, but he's at 1330, and his speed on the other hand is a little bit low. Now he's also very squishy, so you're going to see rather than like an opening unit like Pavel is, Green Pavel, you're going to see his ML version is going to kind of be a cleaver that goes second or third to help your team, clean up the enemy side. Now he also has crit chance from his awakenings, and his imprint is very good for cleave because you have that imprint release to give you attack buff on your team, or even imprint concentration if you want to give yourself more attack because you want Commander Pavel to be your primary damage dealer. Now he looks very strong as a cleaver just looking at his stats. Now let's look at his skills and see why he is such a strong cleaver. So his S2, guys, is a fighting spirit mechanic. You're going to see at the start of battle you gain 60 fighting spirit, and after an ally except for the caster makes a critical hit, he will gain 20 fighting spirit. Now on AoE attacks you will still only get 20 even if you crit multiple times on it, so you can only gain 20 fighting spirit max per turn. So if you have like a Payra or Rand crit on everyone with their S2 or S3, you're still only going to get 20 fighting spirit. Now when your fighting spirit is full, guys, you're going to use all that fighting spirit to activate a secondary attack, Be Gone. This cannot be activated by a counterattack, dual attack, or an extra attack. And Be Gone is basically an attack buff for yourself, which is very nice because you guys already saw his base attack is super high, so you're just benefiting more from that attack buff than other units would. And you're also going to attack all enemies and increase CR of yourself by 50%. So basically the way this works, guys, is just by looking at his S2, you can already tell he is not going to be the fastest on your team. You want either 2 units to go before him, or a unit that can attack twice in one turn to go before him, right? So units that can attack twice in one turn, right? Faithless Lytica is the first one to come to mind, and funnily enough, Green Pavel also can attack twice with a Tagahel's Ancient Bookholder. So it's kind of funny because Pavel actually pairs very well with Commander Pavel. They're actually going to be very nice together because Pavel can attack twice for him and push up Commander Pavel. So anything that can either attack twice or 2 units that can go before him that can actually activate his passive. You definitely need Commander Pavel's S2 to activate before the enemy team takes a turn, or Commander Pavel's going to die because as you saw, you're going to build him on pretty high damage and he's very squishy. So in the video here we have Faithless Lytica. She S2'd. Now Commander Pavel's at 80 fighting spirit. Now she's going to S3. That will CR push her team, and also Commander Pavel will activate his S2 because he'll be at max fighting spirit, and you can see that he activates it, and now he will cut, and then it is his turn and he can do whatever he wants. Now after you do cut, guys, you are most likely going to want to press that S3 button. You're going to see his S3 is a single target nuke. Basically in PvP areas, damage sharing effects, so whether it be like Seaside Blown as S2, Aureus effects, anything in general will get ignored. And when the caster's attack is greater than the target's attack, you will penetrate the target's defense with the penetration rate increasing proportional to the difference up to 70%. Now you're not going to ever really get the maximum value of 70%. If I recall, like the difference you need to get to that 70% is like super crazy. So on average, you'll probably be around like 40% if you're attacking tanks, or even 50%, which is still fine. You're still going to do a lot of damage. And you can also soul burn this for 10 souls to decrease the skill cooldown. Now, honestly, I don't think you'll ever soul burn this just because Commander Pavel is probably a one and done unit. You're probably just going to cleave and then win in 1 or 2 turn cycles. So you won't even get this up anyways, even if you soul burn. But it is an option if the fight or the draft asks for Commander Pavel to actually need more than 1 S3. You're going to see the animation and the damage here. The damage is pretty nice. Ooh, I almost skipped the animation, but here it is. This is on a Proof of Valor a Robbie, guys. Wow, look at that animation. Boom. How is this not censored, by the way? They're gonna censor boobas in the game, but they literally don't censor a guy shooting a gun at you. I'm just saying, Smilegate, that is just, you know, we're just sexualizing the game for no reason, just saying. But 18k damage on a Proof of Valor APOC Robbie. You know, it's nothing like super insane. It's like kind of similar to Watcher Shuri, but you know, it is still very cool. And the fact that he actually activates his S2 before being able to S3, he actually will input more damage. So you saw his S2, guys, when he did use it over here, right? You're going to see that the S2 actually does about, you know, 7k damage to that Proof Robbie. So if you add the S2 and the S3 together, right, you're gonna get about, you know, 25k damage, right? 18k plus 7k, which is pretty crazy actually. That is definitely gonna one-shot a Robbies now that I think about it. So yeah, very good. So yeah, this combo looks pretty insane. The fact that Commander Pavel can do 25k damage to a APOC Robbie when most APOC Robbies are built at around 24k ish, 25k maybe, is very nice for me. And just keep in mind you have Faithless Litica also doing some damage as well before your Commander Pavel even goes, or your green Pavel doing a lot of damage as well before your Commander Pavel goes. So it's a lot of damage. You're gonna like one-shot teams. Now we have his S1, guys. Single target attack, chance to decrease attack. You know, nothing too important because, like I said, it's pretty much a one and done unit. But if you are fighting as a Cleave team against another Cleave team, so if you're playing him in World Arena or RTA and they draft like Speed Imprints or Wasted Speed Contest and you do win that Speed Contest, but they have units that are cutting, if you can get an S1 off within those turn cycles and decrease a key unit's attack, then you know that might change the output. But you know, honestly, this doesn't really matter too much. I think this skill is like most Cleave units, you know, their S1 isn't that important. It's mostly about their S2 and S3, but it is a nice debuff to have if you're fighting damage dealers, right? So let's just see the damage real quick. I skipped over it again, but yeah, you can see here that the damage here pretty insane actually. You know, it's like 10k, but usually most Cleave units S1s actually do a lot of damage. It's kind of funny, but yeah, pretty insane. And yeah, looks pretty cool. So this unit, guys, what I think, you know, definitely a Cleave unit. You're not going to really use him anywhere else. His animation is very interesting, you know, considering this game is being labeled as PG-13. I think for this unit, guys, if you guys are really looking for a dominant Cleave force, then Commander Pavel is definitely strong. But for the most part, if you're looking to play standard, then I would probably skip on this, just because one, there are already a lot of Cleave units, and two, there are a lot of Cleave answers, and three, we have Apocalypse Robbie coming up very soon at the end of the World Arena season because of the fact that her skin is the reward for the RTA season if you place Masters or higher. And when they announce the reward for a skin, that unit's banner will always run around the end of the season's time. So yeah, that being said, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.